General Cuomo is doing, and obviously he's running for governor, and you said you're not associated with any other political candidate. Who are you going to vote for in November?
Oh, that's something that I'm afraid if I was told anybody, they'd interpret that as an endorsement of someone. And as I've said, I'm prohibited from endorsing any candidates because I'm a sitting district attorney. There's guidelines within the District Attorneys Association that prohibit us from endorsing anyone. I'm running an individual campaign. I'm concentrating on my campaign. I'm not running the state attorney general's campaign. That's my only campaign. I'm not running the United States Senate campaigns or the governor's campaigns. I'm just concentrating on my own. We have a plan to win on November 2nd. We're looking forward to it. I think there's stark differences between Mr. Snyderman and myself. It's going to give the people a real good choice this year on who to vote for attorney general.
But you, as a lifelong Republican, how do you feel about Carl Palladino being now the candidate of your party?
That was the party's choice. The people who voted on Tuesday chose Mr. Palladino to represent the Republican Party, and that was their choice. The Democratic Party decided to endorse or select Eric Schneiderman as the candidate for Attorney General. That's the entire state's party that decided to do that, not one individual.
What do you think about this whole Tea Party movement that is kind of swelled up behind Palladino, just in general?
Apparently, with 67% of the vote, he's got some supporters out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's Republicans. I don't know if it's Tea Party members. I don't know who it is that's supporting him. I know there was a large turnout in his home county, and apparently people from outside his home county voted for him as well. But that's Mr. Palladino is going to run the campaign as he sees fit, and what he sees is the right things to do, and I'll run mine the way I see it.
What do you think of some of his rhetoric, calling Governor Pataki a degenerate idiot, talking about sending Silver to Attica?
Governor, I don't know Mr. Silver. I've met with Mr. Silver. I don't know him. Governor Pataki is a friend of mine, and I don't have the same opinion of Governor Pataki as Mr. Palladino's comments.
But what do you think? What do you think it does to the campaign? Do you think it's
I think Attorney General Cuomo is going to tell people what he thinks that does to a campaign. If that's the way Mr. Palladino chooses to run his campaign, he'll run it the way he sees fit and what he thinks is what's going to resonate with voters. I'm telling the voters of New York State about me, what I'm going to do as Attorney General, why I'm an independent leader, why I'm for reform, and what I'm going to do to help turn our state around.
So you appear with Mr. Palladino at a campaign?
There's times when we have been in town together. There's times when he was a day ahead of me. There's nothing planned to be together, and I plan to run my campaign and do my events. And I suspect Harry Wilson and Kirsten Gillibrand will do their events as they see fit. So I have no plans of doing anything with anybody. I want people to concentrate on the Attorney General's race. I don't want people getting confused or having muddled what my campaign's about with other campaigns. And we're going to run
how much do you onto the campaign? How much do you think this campaign's going to cost?
Yeah, I don't know, Brendan. I have a great campaign team that's putting that together. They do tell me that we will have enough money to be competitive and to run and to get our message out. We've seen people who didn't have a whole lot of money in our state and in our country win campaigns, but my campaign is convinced and have convinced me we're going to have enough money to win. What that actual dollar amount is, I'm not sure.
Senator Schneiderman yesterday attacked your comments on Wall Street, saying you're planning to back off the advances that the Attorney General's office has made in that area. What do you say to that?
I said it's a political statement. When I was asked about his statement, they asked me about this letter he supposedly had sent me. He had sent it to the press before he sent it to me. I think that's the thing that people in New York State are just tired of, the same political garbage that people do. Just talk about yourself. I was interviewed by the Reuters editorial board last week or the week before, and they asked me if I was going to be the sheriff of Wall Street. And I said, I'm not a person that self-promotes. I'm not a person who's going to put a label on myself. I will fight corruption where it is. I'll fight corruption on Wall Street. I'll fight corruption in Albany. I'll fight corruption wherever it is in New York State, so people have faith in their government again and believe that New York State is the great place that we believe it is.
Do you think Cuomo or Spitzer have been too aggressive in this area?
I think they did what they thought was proper, and I'm going to do what I think is proper, but I don't need any title to do that. The only title I need is Attorney General of the state of New York.